Today we're going to take a look at this Ozark Trail 7-person teepee tent. Stay tuned. This is the Ozark Trail 7-person teepee tent. This was purchased at Walmart for $49, and as stated, it fits 7 people. The tent actually stands about 7 feet 8 inches tall and goes 11 feet 8 inches wide in both directions. It's octangular. So if we take a look at the tent here, we're going to start with the windows. It's got 4 windows and it's got 3 vents up at the top for proper ventilation. There are 4 windows. Each window comes with adjustable guidelines and a cover that zips in place. This way, if it starts raining outside or storming, you can protect yourself from getting wet. These unzip from the outside, like so. And allow you to easily roll up this weatherproof wind guard or shade. And you just use the toggles at the top to fasten this right into place. Just like so. And as you see, that allows for a great view in or outside of the tent on a sunny day, which hopefully it is if you're camping. Let's go ahead and show you how the guideline works for extra stability for the tent. Now on this one, we have the shade drawn out and anchored down with the guidelines. Adjust this to loosen it. And that way you can actually zip your window shut with your guidelines still attached, and then retighten it up. But we're just going to go ahead and leave these open and tighten down for now. There we go. On the bottom of the tent, it comes with 13 tent stakes to anchor the tent to the ground. And a unique feature, which we'll get to in a moment, is its unique pole system for installation. Now let's go ahead and do a walk around of these tent stakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6, but there's concrete under our ground. 7, 8, but don't bend yours like we did. Actually, these are pretty solid tent stakes. We just hit more concrete. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait a minute. Did I count that corner twice? All right, so let's take a look inside and see what's set up in the teepee. Are you coming or not? Come on. Now, as some of you may be familiar with, most teepees come standard with either 3 poles or a center pole to hold the teepee in place. However, as you're going to see, this is a unique 2-pole system. And now we're going to cut to the GoPro so you guys can get a better look inside. Okay guys, so as I said, we're going to get a little more personal here with the GoPro. Let's take a look and see what's going on inside this teepee. Follow me. Alright, so the first thing we're going to take a look at right now is this very unique 2-pole system that is used to install the teepee. It might be the trickiest thing about it, though this was super easy to put up. So this is the pole that I'm talking about. It comes in 2 pieces, and just like any standard tent, has a cord running through the hollow pole, and you just connect the pieces together. It's very easy. This goes all the way up the tent, as well as the second pole. And they both meet up with this Y. And this pushes up into the middle of the teepee and just holds it in place. It takes a lot of tension because when installing this pole, at the very bottom, this bottom foot piece right here extends out to push the pole up and raise the TV up and taut, and locks in place with one of these little clicky buttons right here. But I'm not going to click that, otherwise I might drop the tent. And then the pole is fastened in place with these little Velcro strips that go all the way up the tent. As you guys can probably see, this tent is pretty big. Now keep in mind that I am 6'3". I can stand up in the middle of this tent because it's 7 foot and 8 inches tall. Not only that, but because the tent is 11 feet wide, it can comfortably fit 7 people straight across. Though I don't really know many who would want to sleep with 6 other people in the same tent. Let me know what you think. Alright guys, and with this tent being so spacious, you can see that it's actually pretty easy to set up with everything that you need for a camping or bug out venture. Here we've got this really cool fold up table set up. It's about 3 feet wide. We've got everything set up for any outdoor adventure that we'd want to go on. So we've got some solar, some binoculars, these really cool pop-up lanterns. Charles has got his canteen and his cup/pot that goes with it, as well as his carry case that attached to his everyday carry bag. Got our axe, got a Bluetooth speaker for some music, more knife, Zippo lighter or Zippo hand warmer to keep yourself warm. And we've got plenty of room to store stuff under the table. As you can see, we've got our EDCs here right now, but you could stow away any extra bags, shoes, sleeping bags when you're not using them. Also, we've got our cooler set up in here right now. However, if you live in bear country, I would recommend not putting a cooler inside of your tent. That's not the kind of bear I'd be looking for. And then we've got this really cool tripod stool set up right here, as well as a fun furry sleeping bag. It even has ears.
That's not kinky.
And on this tent, we've actually got 2 hanging pockets here for putting in anything you don't want touching the ground, whether it's your cell phone chargers. We've got a Baofeng radio, ham radio in here for emergencies. And there's one on the other end of the tent, as well as some flashy warning paper as well. Overall, this tent is pretty amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I've always had an obsession with having a teepee since I was a kid, so this is a really cool setup. As with anything, however, there are a few little drawbacks. We have noticed that there is not a port to bring in any kind of electrical wires without running it through an open zipper or your door. The bottom is not a super thick bathtub bottom. It is labeled as a PE sewn-in bottom for the tent. Those are the only 2 drawbacks that I could see. The last thing I've noticed is that there is not a screen on the main door. It's actually the only door to come into, and you would not be able to have your door open with a nice view out without letting all the bugs inside. Overall, for $48 at Walmart, is this tent worth it? Hell yeah. If you guys want to know what you're looking for, it's the Ozark Trail Outdoor Equipment 7-person teepee tent. This is not sponsored by Ozark Trail, but now the main door has a very similar toggle system to the windows. Pretty easy. You just unlatch them. You got one at top, one at bottom, and the door will zip itself up. The door has a zipper both on the inside of the tent and on the outside of the tent. However, the windows can only unzip from the outside. I thank you guys for tagging along today in our tour of the 7-person Ozark Trail Tipi. If you've liked this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and go ahead and subscribe to stay tuned for future uploads. As always, this is John, and Charles is behind the camera from our Tiny Cabin Project. Catch you later.